is the number one factor that, drives what I call the big fish, small pond syndrome. Big fish and small pond syndrome. So what is it? Why am I even bringing this topic up today? Why do I feel compelled to share? Well, excuse me. Well, let me tell you why. Let me give you some context on why I'm sharing big fish and small pond syndrome today. Well, okay, so let me change my angle here so I can, kind of get, directly in your face here and talk to you about the big fish, small pond syndrome. First and foremost, let me just say this. Keep this in as I tell you this story, okay? Fear is the number one factor that, drives what I call the big fish, small pond syndrome. Now, let me give you some context. Okay, so last week I actually had a couple of meetings, okay? And the meetings absolutely 100% went well, except for I had one guy I met with. He and his entire team, they were like super eager to do business with us, right? But then when I started, quoting prices and stuff, the guy kind of barked and he's like, I don't know, man, that's kind of not for me, right? But upon further questioning, I actually found out that this guy actually spent way more to market his business locally, right? Even though we weren't necessarily there for marketing, we were there for some other reasons, primarily consulting. But this guy literally spent so much money marketing his business, and he was not getting a return. However, he did have business coming in, right? And so, as we're talking, this guy shares with me, he goes, yeah, I'm really outdoing my competition. In fact, if you Google me, I'm the first that comes up. I'm number one here, as far as my competition, I'm number one. I'm absolutely kicking ass. I'm like, okay, well, fantastic. Why am I here? Because if you're saying to me that you need you need to grow your business and you're trying to hire a consultant to help you grow your business, put processes in place to help you just really scale it up, why am I here if you're barking at the price, especially if you're spending more than what it is I'm even asking you for at this time? Well, this is what the guy said to me. He says, well, I tell you, I really like the place where I am right now, okay? I really like the fact that no one can beat me in the market because I put enough money behind advertising to where I know 1% that I'm going to be seen first in the search results on Google, and I'm also going to be the first on Yelp because I pay for ads on Yelp. I'm also going to get a lot of business locally because I'm doing this thing called geofencing. So first of all, he mentioned Yelp, he mentioned Google AdWords, which is PPC, and he mentioned geofencing. So I knew this guy was smart. And so upon further conversation, I realized one thing, okay? And that one thing was that this guy was literally afraid of growth. Yes, he actually was, seeking out consulting to put processes in place so that he could grow. But he had grown so comfortable in his current place that he was afraid to rock the boat, so to speak. He was afraid of that. So I am saying to you, and I've kind of coined this phrase, big fish in a small pond syndrome. Of course, big fish in a small pond is nothing new, but syndrome, I coined that because over my years of consulting, over my years of actually sitting down in front of clients and actually dealing with very, very small clients, as well as multinational Fortune 50 companies, I realized one simple thing. Those who are on the level of the fortunes, okay, They are not afraid to rock the boat. They are not afraid to take risk. They are not afraid of growth. In fact, they put processes in place at the very beginning to make sure that whatever it is that they're doing, they're looking to scale it up. Okay. However, from the conversation with this guy, I realized that this guy did not really want systems. He was okay with being the big fish in the small pond amongst, the mom and pop shop businesses within, say, a 25-mile radius of his business. And that was okay. And it's okay if that's what you want. But if you truly want growth, okay, you have to take risk, okay? You have to take risk, but the kind of risk you have to take is you have to take calculated risk, okay? Taking calculated risk and determining the reward for that risk is always a trademark of those who are looking to grow their business, beyond their wildest dreams. And I can give you a couple examples of that, okay? First and foremost, many of you probably don't know this, and if you do, good for you. Jeff Bezos, okay? Early in Amazon's history, okay, they were literally losing hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars just trying different businesses that did not work, okay? Tesla, for example, they were losing so much money that if you watch CNBC, Jim Cramer, his show, the guy that's always screaming about buy, stocks you should buy, he absolutely 100% trashed, okay? He trashed the Tesla, right? Saying that it's a stock you should not buy. He trashed it. And then it was some other shows that saying that Tesla wasn't a stock you should buy because with all of their failed business attempts, even though they had put processes in place to scale and they weren't afraid to take risk, they even got money from the government. In fact, there was a debate between Romney and Obama where Romney was talking about all the billions of dollars that Obama was investing in solar wind and Tesla and just all these different new technologies that he deemed a complete waste of money. So what is the point here that I'm trying to share with you? Okay. The point is, if you have fear, okay, step into it. All right. If you have an existing business and you're looking to grow your business, don't be afraid to step in an uncomfortable place, to step into that fear if you expect to grow. Because it's great being a big fish in a small pond, but at the end of the day, there's always a bigger fish coming up, chomping at the bits, chomping at your heels, trying to take your business. So since you're always going to have competition, why not compete on a very, very large scale? Okay. All right. So, hey, thank you very much for checking out this very, very tiny tidbit of information I wanted to share with you today. This is the Startup Junkie live show. Be sure to check us out on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart Media, as well as TuneIn, and also check out our show here on this social platform and other platforms. And if you feel that what I share with you today resonates, okay, or someone can find this information useful, definitely be sure to absolutely 100% share it. And then on top of that, be sure to go to Facebook and search the Startup Junkie .io and join our private Facebook group. We're out. Take care, y'all. Peace.